So, hello there. It's me again, Catherine Collert Page. As I've mentioned before, I'm a legal research and writing professor at Barry University School of Law in Orlando, Florida, and I also write fiction. And recently, in this series that I've been doing on writing tips, I've been focused on block. Wonder why that might be. But actually, in making this series for you all, it's been helping me a lot with block. And today I'm talking about another one of the techniques that I use when I'm blocked, and that's brainstorming. If you went to school in the United States, probably at some point you have been taught brainstorming and free writing. And I know sometimes some of my students say it doesn't work for them, so I always say, try it out, see if it works, and if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. However, sometimes I think that for some people, maybe it doesn't work because they're not following the rules of brainstorming. And the rules of brainstorming are that there are no rules. Like whatever goes into your head goes onto the page, or at least that's my rule that I follow for brainstorming. Like I have this really loud sensor in here that is gonna scream at me. It's that radio station KFKD that Anne Lamott talks about. Stop and think about that for a moment. What KFKD means. Gotta love Anne Lamott. Um, so anyway, that sensor is so loud, and for me, brainstorming is the process of turning off the sensor so that I can get something down on the page. And when do I brainstorm? The whole way through. There's this paradigm. Oh, here we go. My cat, Miss Lee, is here again. Writer Lee stereotype. Woman with a cat. She's great. She keeps me company. I think there's a reason why we have cats when we're writers, is they keep us company when we write. Writers also make very good companions for cats too, because we're sitting down a lot. Okay, so anyway, back to brainstorming. I brainstorm the whole way through. There's this paradigm known as the flowers paradigm that says, oh, you start with the madman, that's the brainstorming phase, and then you have the architect, the carpenter, and the judge. I don't know why these were not all construction metaphors, because there's two there in the middle. But in any case, people often think that means, oh, you brainstorm in the beginning. Well, I call BS on that. We don't necessarily all follow one order when we write. We're all different writers with different processes. And writing can be a very recursive process. And so I'll brainstorm, I'll have a finished, somewhat polished draft, and I'll be editing. And it's like there's that one little part that's awkward. And the reason that it's awkward is that you didn't know what to do about it the first time because it was hard for whatever reason. And then you didn't know what to do about it the second time or the third time for the same reason. And you need something to get unstuck. And so what I do, for me, it doesn't work on the computer. I get out pen and note paper, and everything that pops into my head goes onto the page. Those are the rules. So I'm kind of circling back to this idea, like let's say, it's just a word choice or a topic sentence. My students have had quite their fill of hearing about topic sentences, but hey guys, if you're out there and you're watching, yes, these are hard, and brainstorming might help you through them. So, it will be just this free-flowing collection of words. Eventually, it may turn into fragments of phrases, sometimes a sentence, until I fuss around with that sentence, and then before I know it, it's fixed. Now, I write some science fiction. I love all things science fiction. And so there was this one time where I was trying to come up with imaginary curse words. Because it's the future, they don't, and they're on different planets, they don't have the same curse words as we do. But I often think the made up curse words in a lot of sci-fi and fantasy, I think, are really stupid sounding. Like I love Battlestar Galactica, but I think frack was was their made up curse word, which is really kind of on the nose, and it's also a name for a bad environmental practice. Um, but in any case, I was trying to come up with a curse word that didn't sound dumb, and now I can't even remember what it was. I think this was like in this screenplay that I sort of abandoned quite a while back. It did all right, but so anyway, um, like I'm writing down every curse word that pops into my head, made up words, uh, and often when I'm brainstorming, a curse word is going to come out anyway because I'm frustrated, um, and it, my brainstorming pages can be kind of humorous. So anyway, I had this collection of notes, and later I left it lying around, and my friend came and visited and found the collection of notes. She just like stumbled across it, and she was like, "What is it?" Like she was ready to call and have me committed because it looked awfully crazy. But it's not called the madman phase for no reason. That's a double negative, but there's a reason that it's called the madman phase. I am a mad person. I am proud of it. Um, Try embracing your inner mad person one day when you write, even when you're revising. And just remember, the rules are everything that pops into your head, no matter how off base or deranged, goes onto the page. And amazingly, eventually you may get something that's, like I said, I do it for legal writing too. It, Eventually you may get something that is the exact opposite of deranged. It's coherent and logical and crisp, and you sound like the most reasonable person in the room. Um, and you got there by doing something kind of nutty. Um, Sometimes nutty things keep us sane. All right, so right on.